The camera never lies, but this time, it captured a murder, and the killer didn't realize it. The photos looked normal at first. A man, relaxed, smiling, unaware. Just another ordinary day, frozen in time. But minutes later, everything changed. Because hidden inside that camera was the final record of his life, and the silent evidence of how it ended. This is not a fictional thriller or a Hollywood movie plot. This is the real story of obsession, love, lies, and murder. The story of the Jodi Arias case, a case that shocked America, divided public opinion, and became one of the most disturbing true crime trials of the 21st century. This is a story about love that turned into obsession, obsession that turned into control, and control that turned into murder. And by the end of this story, you may find yourself asking the same question that millions of people asked during the trial. Was this self-defense? Or was this a carefully planned execution? Jodi Arias and Travis Alexander met in September 2006 at a business conference in Las Vegas. Travis was a motivational speaker and a salesman for a legal services company. He was charismatic, religious, and very ambitious. Jodi was quiet, artistic, and seemed fascinated by Travis almost immediately. Friends later said she became intensely interested in him very quickly. Travis was a devout Mormon, and religion played a huge role in his life. Jodi, who was not Mormon when they met, began studying the religion shortly after meeting him. Within a few months, she converted to Mormonism and was baptized. Many people close to Travis later said they believed she converted mainly to get closer to him. Their relationship quickly became intense. They traveled together, spent long periods talking on the phone, and became romantically involved. But the relationship was complicated. Travis wanted a traditional Mormon wife and family, and he wasn't sure Jodi fit that role. Friends later testified that Travis sometimes spoke badly about Jodi to them, saying she was clingy and obsessive, but he continued to see her anyway. Their relationship became a cycle. They would date, break up, get back together, fight, reconcile, and repeat the same pattern over and over again. Even after they officially broke up, they continued seeing each other secretly and were still intimate. This emotional push and pull created a very unhealthy dynamic between them. Friends of Travis later said that Jodi became increasingly jealous and controlling. She allegedly hacked his Facebook account, read his emails, and even slashed his car tires at one point. Travis reportedly began telling friends he was scared of her, but still couldn't completely cut her out of his life. What started as a romance slowly turned into obsession. In June 2008, Jodi planned a road trip from California to Utah, where she was going to meet another man. But her route didn't make sense. Instead of driving directly to Utah, she took a long detour through Arizona, where Travis lived. Before the trip, several strange things happened. Jodi rented a car instead of using her own. She dyed her hair from blonde to dark brown so she would be less recognizable. A gun was reported stolen from her grandparents' house shortly before the trip. During the drive, she turned off her phone multiple times so her location could not be tracked. All of these details would later become very important in court. On June 4th, 2008, Jodi arrived at Travis Alexander's house in Mesa, Arizona. No one knows exactly what happened when she got there, but we do know what happened later because of the camera. Travis owned a digital camera. On that day, photos were taken of Travis alive, smiling and posing in his bedroom. The photos then moved into more intimate pictures of the two together. Everything looked normal. But then something changed. The last photos taken showed Travis in the shower. He appeared relaxed and unaware. Minutes later, the camera captured something horrifying. A photo taken accidentally showing Travis bleeding on the bathroom floor. That photo would become one of the most chilling pieces of evidence in the entire case. Travis Alexander was attacked in his own bathroom. The crime scene was extremely violent. Travis had been stabbed nearly 30 times. His throat was slit from ear to ear, and he had been shot in the head. The medical examiner later said the throat wound alone would have been fatal. The order of events was heavily debated in court, but investigators believe Jodi attacked him while he was in the shower, possibly after taking photographs of him. They believe she stabbed him first, then shot him, then slit his throat. After the murder, Travis's body was left in the shower. The house was cleaned as best as possible. The camera was put into the washing machine in an attempt to destroy the photos. But the memory card survived, and investigators were able to recover the images later. Jodi then drove to Utah and met the man she had planned to visit, acting completely normal. She went on dates, took photos, and never mentioned anything about Travis. Meanwhile, Travis's friends became worried because no one had heard from him for several days. On June 9th, 2008, friends entered his house and found his body in the bathroom. The scene was so disturbing that one of his friends immediately called 911 screaming that Travis had been murdered. The police began investigating, and Jodi quickly became a suspect. When police first questioned Jodi Arias, she told them she had not seen Travis for a long time and didn't know what happened to him. Later, she changed her story and said that masked intruders had broken into the house and killed Travis while she escaped. Later again, she changed her story a third time and said she killed Travis in self-defense because he attacked her. These constantly changing stories made investigators suspicious and later made the jury question her credibility. Then police found the camera memory card. The recovered photos showed Jodi and Travis together on the day he was murdered. The timeline from the photos helped investigators reconstruct the final hours of Travis's life. The accidental photo showing Travis injured on the floor placed Jodi at the scene during the murder. This was the turning point in the case. Jodi was arrested in July 2008 and charged with first-degree murder. The trial of Jodi Arias began in 2013 and quickly became a media sensation. Millions of people watched the trial live on television and online. The case became famous not only because of the brutal murder, but also because of Jodi's behavior in court. During the trial, Jodi took the stand and testified for 18 days, one of the longest testimonies by a defendant in a murder trial. She claimed that Travis had been emotionally and physically abusive, and that she killed him in self-defense during a violent argument. Prosecutors argued that the murder was premeditated. They pointed to the rental car, the hair dye, the stolen gun, the detour to Arizona, and the attempt to destroy the camera as evidence that she planned the murder in advance. The prosecution described the crime as a crime of jealousy and obsession. They argued that Jodi could not accept that Travis was moving on and planning to date other women, so she killed him. The defense argued that Travis had a secret life and was abusive and manipulative, and that Jodi snapped during an attack and killed him to save her own life. The trial included shocking evidence, graphic crime scene photos, and explicit text messages between Jodi and Travis. The case became one of the most talked about trials in modern true crime history. After months of testimony, the jury found Jodi Arias guilty of first-degree murder in May 2013. The jury agreed that the murder was premeditated, meaning they believed she planned it ahead of time. However, the jury could not decide whether she should receive the death penalty or life in prison, which led to another sentencing phase. After years of legal proceedings, Jodi Arias was eventually sentenced in 2015 to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She remains in prison today. The Jodi Arias case remains one of the most disturbing true crime stories because of how personal, emotional, and calculated it was. This wasn't a random crime. It was a crime between two people who once loved each other. The most chilling part of the entire case may still be the camera. The photos showing Travis alive, smiling, and unaware of what was about to happen just minutes later. Those images became the silent witness to a murder. The case raised many questions about toxic relationships, obsession, manipulation, and how love can sometimes turn into something very dangerous. Some people still believe Jodi acted in self-defense. Others believe she planned the murder from the beginning, but the court reached its decision, and the story became a permanent part of true crime history. In the end, this story is not just about a murder. It is about obsession, rejection, control, and the dark side of relationships. It is a reminder that sometimes the most dangerous person is not a stranger, but someone you once trusted, someone you once loved, someone who knows everything about you. And in this case, the camera never lied. Subscribe.